Hello, everybody. Sorry for the... Well, you don't know it was a false start, but it was
Deja vu all over again.
It was for us a completely false start. We've been here before a couple of minutes ago, and then Mr. F said, I don't know what's going on, there's nothing happening. And I forgot that I wasn't recording, I was streaming, and I pressed the wrong button. Of course, it's my fault. It's always my fault. You know that by now, guys.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. I mean, and doesn't it show? You know, we just don't know what we're doing anymore.
Lost any pretense of that.
Yeah, a long time ago. Anyway, what I want to say is thank you very, 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 very much to everybody who's contributed to the ATC swap, particularly our coordinators. We've got Judy in the USA, we've got Roz in Canada, we've got Catalina in the Netherlands, and we've got our lovely Candice here in the UK. I think overall, maybe Roz and maybe even Candice, I don't know really, are a little... Roz is disappointed. She's disappointed she didn't get more. Judy's inundated, so would like to spread the love around a little bit more. So you Canadians, come on, make Roz work. and here in the UK, come on, guys. We can do it.
We can do it.
And to be honest, I haven't heard from Catalina, so I really don't know if she received any at all. I hope she did, because I know there were people in the Netherlands and maybe slightly further afield that wanted to swap. Anyway, thank you very much to everybody who did. Yeah, well done. Written down here, I have the theme.
Your name, so don't forget
so
it.
Don't forget it, yeah. Miss P. Who's she then? Who's she? Written down here, I have the theme for the March ATC swap.
Drum roll.
I can see it, Mr. F can see it, you can't.
See
So I think the thing to do is to turn from the, looking at me, because really who wants to overhead. And then you'll see it in all its glory. So 1, 2, 3. There you go. Handicrafts. So it can be any handicraft you can mention. Sewing, knitting, crocheting, weaving, quilling, paper crafting, anything. Anything that's kind of crafty, that's, you know, that you like to do, then do an ATC of it. Why not, eh? So that's March's theme. The coordinators remain the same for the countries that you're in. They haven't changed. They're still up for next month, which is brilliant. Thank you very, very much, girls. Really appreciate that help. So with handicraft theme in mind, I decided to go for kind of sewing, but kind of not. It's in a papercraft type way. So it's papercraft, but looks like sewing a bit. Anyway, never mind. You'll see as I go along. Oh, I wanted to show you. I'm going to take this off in a minute because I know it jangles, but look what I got sent from the USA. Look, this charm here, the palette for my new Pandora bracelet. Someone sent me that. One of you guys. Isn't it fantastic? I love it. It's so appropriate. I absolutely adore it. So thank you very much to the person who sent that. I'm very, very grateful to him. Really, I am. It's just such a fabulous gift. Thank you. So, right, back to the matter in hand. Yeah. I'm going to cut out my ATC first. That would be a help, wouldn't it, really? I don't think I laid out any paper to do that on, so let's just use some of this. I've laid this out. It's a Tim Holtz Craft Core, the coordination set. Apparently there's 72 little sheets in here. It's a really handy little book, and I use it sometimes if I just want a pop of red, orange or turquoise or whatever. Die cut things out of, whatever. But I'm left generally with some remnants, so I thought I'd look through and see where my remnants are. So I've got that and that Any more? Yeah. That. Mr. F, at the end, will you remind me that I was going to say something about Tim? Please. Just say Timmy. And I'll hopefully remember what on earth it was I was supposed to be saying.
I shall do that if I remember.
Yeah, if you remember.
And I'm sure they won't let me forget.
Oh, and that. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different colours there. Yeah, that's great. That's marvellous. I think. I also picked up these little remnants as I was walking through the craft room. I thought they might be quite nice as well for my project. So I've got some. Let's have a look and see if I've got any card to whoa, that's heavy. To stick my, that's 180. It's not, it'll probably do. It'll be fine.
Perhaps this painting question mark?
Yes, painting, Linda. In our false start, I did mention painting, but it didn't get mentioned in the second one. So, yes, I can't lift that up there.
Anything that could possibly class as handicraft.
Yeah. Even in the widest, wide. I can't. Yeah, okay, I can't think of words today. It's not the first day that's happened to me.
Flo, Bernice and Jen like your hair. Roz likes your hair.
Thanks,
Sinead
guys.
likes the hair.
It'll settle down. It was
Catherine
only
likes your hair.
it was only done this morning, so it's a bit needs another wash yet to get it sort of settled down a bit. I was debating last night with some friends on chat about what colour I should go for, red or whatever. But I had this purple in the house already from last time, so I just went with that. Right, so I've cut this out, and it is proper ATC size, which is 3.5 by 2.5.
I must have bought the wrong colour because it came out grey.
Yours did, yes. I did. I mean, I've got such short hair, and they provide you with so much dye that I had so much left. I offered Mr. F to do his as well. He didn't seem impressed. I don't know why. Right, so what I'm going to do is make a patchwork.
You know, a blue rinse would suit me better.
Patchwork, guys. I'm just ignoring him. He's just waffling on a bit rubbish. So...
Nothing new there then.
I'm wondering if my little one would be better. Because I want to cut 1/2 inch. Let's try this little fella. I haven't seen him for a while. He's been buried. Yeah, I want to just cut some 1/2 inch strips, which I think is the end of that silver bit. It's kind of hard to see. Maybe I should go for bigger than 1/2 inch. What else fits into 3.5 and 2.5? I don't know. I'm going to have to go for 1/2 inch because my brain won't fathom that. So there we go. Phew, that's not big, is it? 1/2 inch. In my head it was bigger than that. I might cut that with my blade actually. I'm not sure how accurate I'm getting this. Cutting mat. Oh, where's my little one? Have you all seen this cute little mat that I got from Temu? It's really cute. I like it. Blade. Not sure how sharp this is either. I'm very unprepared for this.
Diane says you rock purple hair.
Haha, thanks Diane.
And Catherine says the hair colour suits you well.
Thank you, Catherine. That's very sweet. Thank you. Like I say, it'll bed down a bit. It's a bit in your face today, but by tomorrow when it's been washed again, it'll be all right, I think. This is going to be a long job. Do you think I should just... Yeah, I do. I was going to cut it on the little thing. And be damned.
Do you want me to cut some?
Well, I haven't got another device.
You put this one here.
Don't make them too big though. Do you want that one?
The... What are the half inch?
Half by half. Half by half. It's going to be mighty awkward this if they don't fit. It's going to be the world's worst patchwork. But in all probability it won't be the one that I send out. So it'll be alright. I don't even know how many of each I need, to be honest. Maybe 5 or something of each. Something like that. Let's go with that first anyway. So I've got 6 of that. 2, 4. Yeah, I've got 6 of that tealy colour. Let's go with this, whatever colour that is. See, I could have had all this prepared, but it would have made the live ridiculously short. And I wouldn't get a chance to speak to you, and I like speaking to you. I've been extraordinarily tired of late. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's I just did too much over Christmas and January and I haven't caught up. I've no idea. But I am. Today I'm very tired. Pathetic, isn't it? It's not as if I worked down a mine or anything. So how many of these have I got now? 2, 4, 5. Might as well cut one more and then they'll all have 6. Excellent. So 6 of those, 6 of those. I don't even know if I need all of these. I do not know, but let's just give it a go, shall we? So what has everybody else been up to? I know Janya, unfortunately, poor girl, is at the dentist today, so she's missing the live. So I'm sending her all sorts of good vibes for the dentist. She has got a glorious smile, so yeah, it's important that her teeth are lovely because she really has got one of the world's nicest smiles.
Brightens anybody's day.
It does brighten anybody's day. Well, she does anyway. She's lovely. So I don't know what the rest of you are up to.
How many would you like out of this one? Just as many as it's triple do?
6 if 6 is it?
I've got 8 if you need.
Oh, that's way too many.
6,
well,
7.
6.
You need 35.
Yeah, I need 35 and I've got 4, 5, 6 colours.
Oh.
So 6 of each should do it.
There's 7 of that one.
Oh, that's
You've
great.
Another colour.
Yeah. I've done that one. I've done that one. This one. Thank you. Just one more out of this. I've lost count now. Doesn't really matter. They're probably not going to fit precisely anyway. And if it was Mr. F's project, you know that he would not let it go through if it was out less than perfect. But I am not Mr. F. You may have noticed that already. So I'm going to use this pattern paper just for a bit of light relief. Here and there. And you can see what I'm going to do already, can't you? You know. Oh my goodness me, just... But this is the sort of thing that's handicraft. We're emulating sewing, so I'm not actually going to sew on it, although you could very easily, with paper crafting. So we've got both. Thank you.
I haven't done it. I'll find some of the implement that one. You can't gauge where half inches.
No, I know, that's what I said to you. It's really awkward. That's difficult to hold small pieces in, but you might run it. Whoa! Carnage in the craft room. Right, once I've cut this strip, I'm calling it. Because I've got to have enough. Surely. Oh, come on. Has anybody on here watched a YouTuber called Louisa Heinzel? She's a German girl and she does mixed media supremely well, and I've kind of become addicted to her actually. So if you haven't seen her channel and you're into mixed media, inky backgrounds and all those lovely stuff, then the little one's here but it's not really any better, then go across and tell her I sent you. Oh, I think my knife's falling apart. That's interesting, isn't it?
You've broken it.
Yeah. Maybe it just pushes on, I don't know. Anyway. Right, so where's my background? Here it is. There's two sides to craft usually, isn't there? There's a smooth side and a rough. So I'm going with the rough. And I'm actually also going to get my tweezers out because I think holding those is just a bit much for me. So I just need to put some glue on and get sticking, don't I? Let's put coal all on. Let's go across the long side first. So just put some glue on there and get sticking. Oh, I don't think I want to use these tweezers, they're too good. I'm going to get them all stuck up, aren't I? And my other ones are already stuck up, so I don't mind using them.
Snobby tweezers.
Snobby tweezers, yeah. So I'm not sure that these are, like I say, exactly square, but they won't be far off. They'll be near enough. And that's not a good attitude to have, that I do know, but there's way too much glue on here and they're kind of slip sliding around the place. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, loads of glue. They are not going to be straight. I'll just tell you now, guys, don't expect a masterpiece because it surely isn't. So I'm going to put one of my patterned pieces in there, just for a laugh. One of these dark green ones, Mr. F's done. One of the light green ones that Mr. F did. Well, we're forecast snow here tonight, and looking round on the internet at all the local-ish weather stations, they've all got snow. So it's perhaps likely that we will get snow. Yeah, that's not fitting on there, you see. Just inaccurate. But it'll be all right. Right, so I'm just going to stand that up and press them all down to the bottom. Like that. There's literally glue everywhere. That doesn't want to come off the back of craft, but oh well. Right, so I think this time I'll use, oh my goodness, this isn't in any sort of holder. This is a poorly organised craft room today. So I'm just going to do that along there. Hopefully that will stay open long enough for me to get my stuff in. On, should I maybe say? I don't know if you can hear Catkin crying. He's upset because we're both in here and he's forgotten that during the lives we used to leave him. He's not a happy boy. But he still won't go out. We try him every single day, several times a day. He doesn't want to go out. He's not interested at all. It's a bit untidy, isn't it? But you know, it is what it is. It's just to give you an idea, really, is what it was about. But it might not be a good idea. And then one more. What shall I go for? What shall I go for? I think these are the dark green ones. Let's go for that. So there we go. And you can see how poor that line is there. You could, if you wanted, I guess, take your knife. And I can't move them now. They're stuck in place. So you could take your knife if you were really careful and go along there, but it's just to give you an idea.
Jen says it's like diamond painting with paper squares.
Yeah, a bit like that, actually. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking of it. That is another viable handicraft. You know, I don't know who does them in the States. It's Craft Buddy that do them here. The diamond painting sets that you get. If you wanted to, I know they sell stamps that you can cover in your own diamonds. So if you want to do that, yeah, do it. Sounds good to me. It's a handicraft. It's a craft that's handy.
Craft that's made with your handies.
With your handies, yeah. There we are, the yellow one. So you get the idea now. I'm sure you do. That's just too big always up, that one. That must be one of mine. And I'm going to put one of these patterned pieces in. But you could make it all of patterned pieces. Depends what remnants you've got, really.
Jen's thinking a mini rug latch.
Oh, yes. I love latch rugs. I love the look of them. I love the feel of them when they're done. And I absolutely love doing them. They're really expensive now.
Anything to do with wool is dear.
Yeah. When I was a kid, my mum and dad always had well, I know they're called rugs now. Fashionably, they're called rugs, but we used to refer to them as mats. And they always had one of those on the go in a big frame. And at night, when they got there's only me and my sister, to bed for the night, they used to watch the telly, such as it was in those days, my goodness, and do away with the latch thingy-wop. And I think they enjoyed it, actually. And then when they'd finished, sew it to a lining and stuff, and I'm going to put that on that way because it's anything but square, that. And then we had a new mat, which was lovely. Even then, even when I was little, very little, I actually appreciated how nice they were. Let's go orange.
Catherine says she likes weaving both paper strips and fabric strips.
Yeah, I like weaving, proper weaving. I know when I was doing my textile degree, I did a lot of weaving, actually. Did we, Mr. F?
We did.
We did a lot.
Linda used to do needlepoint.
Well, here's your opportunity, girl. This is just, that is exactly what it is. It's an opportunity to do whatever it is you really enjoy doing, but not committing yourself to a big project. It's just a little one to keep you going.
Or two if you fancy.
Well, two would be nice. But you could just do one in your chosen, you know, if it's needlepoint or something that's very time consuming. I know Sandra Matty, she's got two names. She likes slow stitching. This is a perfect project for her, handicrafts.
She says she hasn't made a rag rug yet, but she'd love to.
Who?
Sandra stroke Matty.
Oh, Sandra Matty. Right, I'm going to use some more of these patterned pieces.
Catherine also used to do a lot of cross stitch.
Yeah, cross stitch. Mr. F was extremely good at cross stitch, actually. He had the patience for it. I do like it. I like the idea, but kind of once I bought it and started it, lost the inclination. So we're getting there.
Gonna used to do bobbin lace.
Yeah. Oh, bobbin lace, Gonnie. That is a beautiful, beautiful craft. I'm going to put another one of these in.
Peg, when she was teaching sewing, made a rag rug for a class.
Oh, how nice.
Her daughter took it to college, then her first apartment.
Oh, how lovely. How very, very lovely. What have I got left? I'll put this one in here.
CB's Colouring and Crafts, done almost everything over the years.
I think a lot of us have. We've bounced around like a 10-pin bowling ball or whatever you call it. And finally we've settled, for the moment, maybe it may change, on paper crafting. Right, so there we are. I've got a kind of patchwork quilt.
And Chestita used to do tatting.
Oh, it's Chestita on. Hello, Chestita. Tatting. Tatting, did you say?
Tatting,
yeah. Tatting's lovely. Tatting and bobbin lace, beautiful, beautiful crafts. So there we are. We have.
Is bobbin lace the same as tatting?
I don't think it is, but having done neither, I couldn't actually tell you. So I'm turning this over to the wrong side so I can see the exact size needs to be for my ATC. I nearly said RTC because that's what we call road traffic collisions in this country. And it is a bit of an RTC actually. The squares aren't square, so.
King size bed quilt.
But there we go. That's my little quilt. So I'm emulating stitching, although there is no stitching involved. And to further emulate it, I have got... Oh, let me show you what I'm doing today. I'm making a page. That's as far as I've got with it. It needs more. I've put this texture paste in there. It's a crackle one, so I need to get some. It needs some brown. It needs brown peeps. So it's not even halfway finished. It needs stamps on it and stuff like that. Just thought I'd share that with you. Right, so I've looked at my stamps, which are stitches.
Jen says this is very controlled collaging.
Very controlled, Jen. So these are my stitching stamps. Some are just way too big for my tiny little ATC, but some would be okay. I think that one might be okay. Would that one reach from one end to the other? Yeah, just about. What about this one? That would, wouldn't it? That would work. So used to using clear stamps these days, I feel a bit blinded by the fact I've got all this rubber around it, but never mind. Miss P, where are you? Here you are. Well, it's not going to fit on there, is it?
At least the air colour matches on that now.
Yeah. Yeah, she's been a bit behind. So I've got this one that says, I hear you, but no. I don't know where he got that from. Right, so I'm going to use black ink. I'm going to use my VersaFine Nocturne. And would you believe I found a new one of these in the drawer the other day? Oh, that doesn't seem to want to stick. Do you want to stick? No, not so much. Let's just wet it a little bit, see if that helps in the process. It might not. Yeah, I think we're all right. I don't even know what this is going to look like, so I have not done a prototype of this. Oh, looks all right. Looks all right, do you think, guys? I think. That's the thing primary school kids say over here. I think I smell a stink. I think it comes from Y-O-U. That's not very polite, is it? But it's a kind of playground thing that they say. And they think it's funny. So do I. Let's move down a bit so we haven't got that end on there. Oh, I'm way off the line here, but never mind. There we go. So I'm going to go across as well now. So now I'm going across, I can use a shorter one. I don't know if that wants to stay on. There's still a bit of water on my pad, on my platform, so it might. So let's try it. It's kind of working. If I wasn't doing a live, I probably would stitch this on the machine, to be honest, and it would end up looking nicer. But I do like the irregularity of these stamps, actually. I like them. I think they're okay, doing the job. There we go. So there's my little patchwork quilt in the guise of it being stitched, which it isn't. So let's put them back in there. I meant to shuffle them down and they all came out the top. There we go. Right. So what I want to do now is perhaps clean my fingers because they're a bit on the dirty side. I bet everybody's head's spinning at the minute because you've all got all of these wonderful ideas. Well, don't lose that enthusiasm. You know, write down all your ideas now while you're thinking about them. Because come tomorrow morning, you'll get up and you'll think, oh, I had some great ideas yesterday. What were they? And I'm afraid I don't know what they were. You have to write them down. So we'll just leave that to air dry for a minute or two. The VersaFine dries quite quickly. So I found this old Simplicity sewing pattern. And actually, by the look of it, I've had the back of it and all the tissue out of it. For other projects, but I'm still left with this front. Now obviously she's just way too big, but this group of girls here interested me because I thought that I could possibly get them on there. I haven't fussy cut them out, so you're going to have to endure the fussy cutting. But while I'm doing this, I'll answer any questions that you might have about anything at all. That's a broad base, isn't it? Anything at all.
Louise says, are those the Tim Holtz ones? I think she's on about the faux stitching.
I think they are. Yes, I think they are. I think I also have a set by Studio Light, but I think those ones that I've just used are Timmy ones, yes. Yes. So, does anybody want to know anything? Now's your time. Well, for the next while, actually, because I'm not a fast fussy cutter.
Deb Hatt says she's got 2 sets of stitch stamps and she's happy to see you use them.
Oh, good.
Came out great. And she put, so if we have a masterboard made and cut it into ATC size bits, would that qualify as handicraft?
I think it would. But ask yourself the question, is that the most complex that you could do? If you're handy with it, happy
and handy.
Happy and handy, then yes, making a masterboard is a handicraft, yeah, of course it is. It's a paper craft.
And I put, if it's the right size, then absolutely anything is fine. If it's created by hand, then it's handicraft.
Yep. I mean, where I've stuck these down as squares, or would-be squares, you could, of course, weave your paper. I can't remember who it was. Was it Catherine that said she liked to paper weave? I mean, it's a lovely thing to do. I was watching the Crafty Selly Telly today, and there was a lady on there paper weaving something, and it, it does look really nice actually. It would have been easier for me if I'd just thought about that sooner.
Lorna says you made a little quilt.
I made a little quilt. I used to make little quilts for my dollies when I was very young. I've always loved handicrafts of anything. I mean, Roz, I happen to know, is a wonderful colourer with her coloured pencils. So yeah, if you want to do something with your coloured pencils, I'm sure anybody would be delighted to receive that as an ATC.
Jim says, tell us a story as you fussy cut, Miss P. What was your first handicraft, or did you already say it?
My first handicraft probably was sewing, because it was the only... My mother is very uncrafty, totally unarty. And Dad, for that matter. There was no creativity in our house really at all. But for the needs of repairing things and whatever, there was always needles around, sewing needles and darning needles. So I could always get my hands on those. And my mum always had like sheets that weren't any good as sheets anymore, that she had as dusters. I mean, it sounds terrible, doesn't it? Sound like I've come from Victorian times. But actually, my parents were quite Victorian, weren't they, Mr. F?
Indeed.
So, yeah, sewing, I would say, for my dollies was my first thing. And then after that, knitting, because there would be little remnants left, because my mum used to knit for my sister and I, and there'd be little bits of wool left. And there was always knitting needles to go with it. So pretty much, my mum probably taught me the basics of knitting. And then I was lucky enough to have a primary school teacher who was a really good knitter. She taught me how to do cable stitch and, moss stitch, variations on a theme really. And I just took to it. I love knitting, and I've knitted really all my life. I haven't got any on the go at the moment, but I do like to have knitting for in the evening when you're sitting watching the telly. I like to be knitting something. Then after that, I don't know, I just tried the lot really. Cross stitch, embroidery, long stitch I really liked. Loads of stuff. And then I settled on paper crafting, and you can't get me out of it now. I just love it. There's so many things to do. Once you've gone through all the prissy, fussy side of it, and you're looking for more, then there's a whole world of mixed media, which it's just vast. You'd never get to the end of it. So I'm on that kind of journey at the minute, and that'll probably be me until I pop my clogs, I would have thought.
Tell me about the Bellingham show.
Yeah, the Bellingham show, I've probably told you this before, it's a little local agricultural show, but it's kind of the biggest one of that area. And when I was 9, I knit a cardigan for our next door, well, my granny's actually next door neighbour's child. And I put it into the show. And my mum was very discouraging about it, because she said, you won't win. There's a lady called whoever who always wins. So it doesn't matter how good it is, what you put in, you won't win. So I put it in knowing that I wouldn't win, but, with the confidence of youth, I suppose. And when we went the next day, we went into the tent to see, what was what. And I'd won. I had actually won. I won. And I won 10 bob in the old days. That's what it was.
A lot of money.
Which was enough money to buy me a gold signet ring. My dad might have subsidised a bit, I'm not sure. But I thought I'd bought my gold signet ring with this, my winnings from knitting. And I mean, my mum was absolutely amazed. She was totally amazed. Talk about having belief in your kids. But yeah, so that was my happy little story from being a kid with handicrafts. So let's get back to our little quilt here. So I'm going to stick these ladies on now. I'm not going to get them all on. And I don't want to cover all my quilt either. So I might just slice a bit of her off. Might bring that down a wee bit. Don't know if it's easier holding it with scissors when you've got the shakes. Might be.
If she wanted to keep her legs, she should have wore a longer skirt.
She should have done. She's just an indecent hussy. I think about there. It's not showing up terribly well because some of the colours I've chosen. But I'll pick it up for you in a minute and you'll see. So let's, actually let's just put a mark pencil where I want to cut it, and then I'll know where to stick it.
Easy to stick it and then chop it.
It would, but I want to know where it's going really. I want a helpful hand. So I need to cut it along there, and then I know where I'm going to stick it. Let's use these scissors.
There's a wonderful story. Louise hopes you've still got the ring.
Unfortunately not. My life went through quite a turbulent stage. Less about that the better. And
But I'm still here.
and yeah, I lost a lot of things. So yeah, that's fine. So let's get this glued up and stuck on. So yeah, please don't judge me on this ATC. It's an idea. It's just, it was the first thing that popped into my, well, no, actually it was the second. And when I get all the bits that I need together, I will show you what my first idea was. So they need to go about there. And I think her arm is just sticking over a little bit, but I can give her the amputation treatment.
Peg says, wonderful story. And Jen says that she loves it when you tell stories. Thank you for sharing, Fiona.
Thank you, Jen.
Jackanory.
I know. It's just a wee touch there. You won't notice it, I don't think, on the right side. Right, so there we go. So there's my little handicraft ATC. What do you think, guys? It's not great. I'm not saying it's great. But I quite like it, you know. I like those three ladies wearing their handmade clothes. So yeah, I shall put that in my album, my ATC album. I won't inflict it on anybody, I don't think. If I do another one, I'll make sure it's a bit neater than that before I send it out for a swap. But I have got another idea in my head. So if you've just joined us, the theme for March for your ATC swap is Handicrafts. And as we've been saying throughout the live, can be anything, whatever you can think of. We've had tatting, we've had bobbin lace, what else have we had? Rag rug. You need to do it on Ada, like 14 count Ada or something, I think. Cross stitch, slow stitching, Matty Sandra's sitting on the fence, I think. Linda asked if painting was all right, and it absolutely is. That would be fine. Stamping, of course, is a craft all on its own. Colouring is another craft, so you can stamp and colour. The world absolutely with this is your oyster. It's got to be the widest theme you could possibly think of. So don't get bogged down by it. Just kind of brainstorm it to yourself and get yourself a piece of paper and write down all these ideas that you've had, because 10 to 1 on, you will not remember them tomorrow.
Chainsaw carving would be a challenge.
Chainsaw carving on a 3.5 by 2.5. It would be a challenge.
A tiny chainsaw.
Yeah. Yeah. Fretwork would work.
Oh yeah, fretwork, marquetry, parquetry.
Yeah.
All those would work.
There's no end to this,
There's
is
no
there?
end to it, no.
It's a very open
You can
theme.
do pottery if you can tiny little wheel.
You could use moulds.
You could use moulds.
Yeah.
Yeah, moulding.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's as many as you can think of. They're in there. Right? So Handicrafts. So I've remembered myself that I wanted to say something about Timmy. So yeah, there's my ATC, which you can't see because I'm on the wrong camera. There we go.
Matty says, cute beard, Mr. F.
Cute beard. Has he got a beard? Move your hand. Yeah, that's a lazy beard. That's what that is. Lazy.
I told you I haven't moved from here since January.
Oh, well.
Time to grow.
So, right. So I've given you an idea and we've talked this topic through. So I think we're all right. Are we all right? Has anybody got any questions about it? Any questions at all? Spout forth.
Matty's come up with felting.
Felting.
Felting's a good one.
I love felting. And I think Kyung bought all the stuff to go wet felting. And I don't know if she ever actually got round to it. Right, I want to show you something.
Renee likes your hair.
Oh, Renee, you're such a sweetheart.
Catherine thinks I'm funny.
Yeah, he's funny in the head.
Yeah, definitely funny in the head. I have the certificates to prove it.
This drawer here is full of, well, I don't know what that's doing in there because it ain't a remnant. It's full of Timmy remnants and maybe some other stuff. Maybe other, I mean, that's not Timmy. Oh, it might be wallpaper, possibly. But there's loads and loads and loads of stuff in here. There's some, that's Elizabeth Craft. Anything that is a remnant that's too good to chuck. I mean, I've kept some really little bits here. But that's 49 in Market. That as well, I think, is 49 in Market. I have got all sorts. I have no idea. I think that's Timmy, you know. But it's so, so beautiful. That we generated when we were doing the ideas book, I think. Just a page from a thingy, A4 pad. There's an old ticket in here. Don't know quite what that's doing. There's all sorts of remnants going back many projects. I think I've also got another drawer full of, I'm not sure where that came from, of Timmy. Oh, obviously came off that bit of paper. Just probably an A4, I mean, what do you call it, 12 by 12 somewhere.
Sassy wishes she had a remnant drawer like that.
Isn't it class? This is class remnants. Class, that's what I'd say. I mean, like I say, there's loads of little bits. There's bits of projects that haven't really worked out. I mean, I don't quite know what that was supposed to be. I've got no idea. But it's now a remnant. That, I don't know if that was that ever a Timmy? Yeah, I think it was. So there's bits of the wallflower, 12 by 12. Oh, I mean, look at it. It's you could just curl up and sleep in there, couldn't you? It's just gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So what I intend to do is use some of it. I just keep adding to it. Adding. Look at it. Adding. Look at all the stuff. Look at it all. Oh, my life.
Only with paper crafters would that sentence make sense. You could curl up in there
and go to sleep.
Go to sleep.
Yeah, no. I mean, look at these. Obviously, I've been cutting gears gear. Are they called gears, cogs, whatever the heck they're called? But now we've got really good stencils. So, yeah, I'm going to make something. I'm going to make a dent in this drawer of Timmy and assorted. I mean, look at that page.
And this says, gosh, it's like Narnia, that drawer.
I know. It just keeps on giving. It's only a little drawer. It's only 4 inches deep, something like that. But look at all. Oh, I love that page. It's my favourite. Linda sent me some of that fabric, for which I'm eternally grateful.
Jen says, don't forget your Timmy announcement.
This is it, Jen.
And then she says, is this the Timmy news?
This is it. Keep up, Jen.
Yeah.
And that is Kathy Holden. We did a Tim Marries Kathy project, if you remember, back in the day. That's part of a periodic table. I'll just show that, just in case Mike's watching, because it makes you feel good.
It's like an old friend.
It's like an old friend, isn't it? It really is. Yeah, this is an interesting one. This is a Timmy one. And I came across this pattern the other day in an ECD book. I think I pointed it out at the time even. So yeah, there's all sorts of everything in here. Little bits, big bits. I mean, I've even kept these little strips. So I've been diligent about my work. Ooh, look at that.
Oh, that came with me, did it, that?
Yes, condemned. Caution, condemned. Did I listen? Did I heck? So yeah, I'm nearly at the bottom now, but oh yeah, I've come across some cream card. I've got other drawers for cream, craft and black, so I don't know what that's doing in there.
Jen says Mikey's home and came running out of his office when he heard LOL.
Here we seem to have the rudiments of a tab book. I don't know what that tape's doing there. I don't really know what any of it's about. What's it about? Does it open or not? I don't know. I don't quite know. I don't know what's going on here. Or is it just 3 pieces put together? No, there's 4 pieces. I don't know how that works, or if it works, or why I would ever want it to work. But anyway, we've got that. So we've got all sorts of things that, you know, we can do whatever we like with. Because in a sense, and I know you'll laugh at this because it's not, but in a sense it's free, isn't it? You know, some people do things and they chuck their remnants out. Can you get your hat off? They do though. So I don't. As you can see, I save all mine. But you get to ridiculous levels like this where, you know, you're just not going to use them. But I'm going to give it a darn good try. So from now on, for the foreseeable future, hopefully not till the day I die, but you never know, I will be using these Timmy remnants along with craft paper, cream paper and black paper, which I've also got remnants of, just to kind of wherever they're needed really. So we can do loads of stuff. We can make ephemera, we can make, blimey, you could make a whole journal out of this. So I'll just, happy. I'll put that there because that drawer does make everybody happy. So there we go. That's kind of me done. I'll just show you once again my little handicraft ATC for today. And just remind anybody who's just come on that the theme for the March ATC swap is Handicrafts. Could you knock that big overhead light off, please? I've just noticed it's quite shadowy.
It's been on all the time.
Yeah, that's better.
It's probably a better colour.
That's better. Honestly, we were so not prepared for this live. I don't know why. For those of you that don't know what on earth I'm talking about with the ATC swap, if you go over onto the group, which will be linked below, then all the kind of details about it are on there, and depending on which country you're in, you will have a coordinator. And basically what you do is you can make 2, up to 2. You make 1, you can make 2. Send them to the coordinator for your country, which is listed in where the announcements are at the top of the group. And you need to include a large...
Put the other camera on when you're talking to them.
Oh yeah, sorry. You need to include an envelope with if you're in the States, it's 2 forever stamps. Well, I don't know where I dragged that up from. If you're in Canada, it's 2 forever stamps. Is that right, guys?
I think so. That's what we said.
If you're in Europe, what was it?
I have no idea.
You have to read the post. And if you're in the UK, it's a large letter stamp. It can be second class. Second class large letter will be fine. It's just in case you get some numpty like Mr. F who's sending ATCs out that are really thick. Yeah. So just to cover that, because what we don't want to happen is that the coordinators have to pay out of their own money to send you ATCs. So you would address your envelope to Candace if you're in this country, Judy if you're in the USA, Roz if you're in Canada, Catalina if you're in Europe, And inside that, you would have an envelope addressed to yourself with 2 forever stamps from North America or a large letter from the UK and your 1 or 2 ATC cards. Does it make sense?
Clear as mud.
Clear as mud. Anyway, there's loads of details about it on the group, which is the Miss Paintalot's Junk Journal group. And that's it. Kind of run out of fuel. Worn myself out. So, did we have to say anything else?
No, you've covered your Timmy, which you asked us to remind you of.
Mm-hmm. Does anybody else need to know anything at all while I'm here?
I don't know. Any last questions? Last requests?
Last requests?
Last meals?
Does anybody want to see my gorgeous charm again? Let's go there. Show you. Look at that. Look at it. It's a little paint palette with little stones of different colours. How pretty is that? And how appropriate. I love it, and thank you so much to the person who sent that to me. I will treasure it always. So anybody want to know anything?
Renee loves the charm.
Oh, it's gorgeous, Renee.
Catherine says, so wonderful to be together again.
It is actually. It's lovely. It's really lovely. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and thank you to everybody who's joined in. It's been really, really nice. Actually, that little ATC's grown on me. What do you think of it, Mr. Ed?
I think it's very nice, and of course you could take it further.
You could embroider on each square, you mean?
You could embroider on each square, you could add buttons, all the other sewing paraphernalia.
Yeah.
You got a little charm that's got a sewing machine on.
Yeah.
You know, just bling it up.
Yeah. Yeah, you
But the
could.
basis of an idea is there for certain.
The basis of an idea.
Damning with faint praise.
Oh my goodness me. Right, on that high note, I'll leave you guys. Thanks for joining us. I really hope that you join in this month's ATC swap. You can join in any month and sit out any month. It doesn't matter. You don't have to sign up to anything or whatever. If you want to be in it, send your ATCs to your coordinator. If you don't want to be in it, don't send your ATCs.
It's
Simple
only got to
as.
be there by the end of the month. So
Yeah, it's got to
there's
be
no
there
rush.
by the last day of the month. Or you get...
Yes.
No, you don't.
The Ides of March.
So I'll see you when I see you with all the Timmy stuff. Oh, I cannot wait. All right then. See you soon. Bye guys. Thanks for joining
Bye,
us.
Take care. Be safe.
Be
Be
kind.
happy.
Bye bye. Oh, I need to do that. I don't know where my mouse has gone now.
You have to click it to start it.
I've clicked it.
Yay!
Oh,
Bye.